this video, I'll be doing a detailed solution to the maths question you see on the screen here from 2024 Cambridge A-Level mechanics paper, specifically paper 4.1. If you're looking for a different question from this paper or a different paper entirely, check out the description below for links. And if you find this video or any of the videos on my channel useful and you want to help the channel out, what helps the most is sharing this video, especially if you're in a class group with other people sitting the exam. Also, I do appreciate likes, subscribes, or even a super thanks. In question 2, they give us a force diagram with two forces. One force is going up and slightly to the right, and that's 20 newtons. And the other force is going straight down, and that's F newtons. So we don't know this number here. They then tell us that the resulting force, the force when you add these two together, has no component in the y direction. So it won't go up or down. Calculate what F is. You don't need to draw this, but basically what that means, when we add these two together, it will, well, let's see, I can already see there's no left force. So there's a right force, and it'll go like this. What they're saying is the amount it's pushing down will exactly equal how much it's pushing up. So the result will be like this. It'll have no up or down. What they want you to realize from that is, if we split this guy into two forces, a up down and a left right, the up force here will exactly equal this one. So when they ask you to find the value for F, really F is just equal to whatever this force is here, whatever this 20 turns into. Now most of you should be able to do that just straight away. Sorry, we have an angle here, 60. You have enough information here just to write down the answer. Let me just do it a little slower. We'll turn this into a bit of geometry. Think of it as just the lengths. This length is 20. What we're really looking for is this height here. And that will be the resulting force in the y direction of this guy here. This height is the same as this height. So just using trigonometry, because we have a right angle triangle, sine, cosine, tan, it's sine and cosine in mechanics world only, pretty much only. The opposite to this angle we're looking for, that's sine. So what I mean by that is sine 60 is equal, let's put in y as the, doesn't matter what letter you use, is equal to y over 20. Rearrange that, we have y is equal 20 times this. And what I'm saying is this y, this length, is equal to this f. So we have 20 sine 60. That's what they're looking for here. And again, you don't have to write this, you can jump straight to that. That's a known thing. Sorry, f, put that into a calculator. And what number do we get out? We get 10 square root 3. But again, mechanics, we like using just normal numbers. 17.3 newtons. Although I will use this number again in the next part, because I want to have the exact answer. Okay, that's it for part A. In part B, they basically tell us, forget what we did, start the question over. That's basically what they mean by instead. So instead, F, we now know F is just 10. And just find the resulting force. So we don't know now that it doesn't go up or down. We know everything about it. Let's add these guys together. That's basically what they're asking. Remember what we found in the first part. This one does break up into 10 square root 3. And we don't know this number here. So let me draw all this first. What we're saying is this force plus this force, or well, this force and this force is the same as writing. That's equivalent to writing this force, and this force. So I'm going to break this one into these two. And again, that's the same as writing, we can combine these two quite easily. They'll just add together or take away. So that's going to combine, do we know the answer? Yeah, 10 down, more than 10 up. That was 17. So overall we're going to have a force going up, smaller than this guy, but if that was 17, it's going to be, let's make it a lot smaller. And nobody's going to touch this guy, so we're still going to have that one. And then we recombine this back. So what they're looking for is this final answer looks something like that when these two are combined together. So that's what we're going to do visually. Let's do the maths next. So we've already started to split this 20 up in the first part. It was 10 square root 3. It was 20 sine 60. This bottom one, if we turn it into a bottom force, that'll be 20 cosine 60. Sine went this way, cosine went the other way. Put that into a calculator. Cosine 60 is a half actually, so that's just 10. Maybe I should have kept the images I had down here. So we have 10 down, 10 to the right, and what was that? Let me put in the rough numbers. 17.3 up. They can combine into 7.3 up and 10 across. We want to combine these two. So that means, let me draw that again. Let me put in some dotted lines there. These two forces added together will equal this force here in the middle. This height was 10 square root 3. 10 square root 3 minus another 10. This guy's length here was 10. Basically, I want to find two things. I want to find this angle and this length. You do it in any order you want. Let's find the length first. It's just Pythagoras theorem. This length here, we call it maybe or. I'm terrible at putting letters in, to be honest. I tend to use X for everything, which gets confusing when I'm teaching. Or, the resulting force of this. This or number, let's see, or squared will equal 10 square root 3 minus 10, this side, squared, plus this guy squared. That's 10 squared is 100. Get rid of the squares and we square root both sides. You just put that in a calculator. You don't have to do any algebra out here. Let your calculator do your work. You will find the resultant number to be 12.4. That's rounded off, and that's newtons. That's half your answer. You know the length of this. You really just need to know what direction it's going. Is it going down, left, right? You'll get, maybe you'll get a 10 marks for the drawing at least being in the right direction. But ideally they want this angle in here. I guess if you give them this angle, it's fine if you show them what you're given, but usually we want this angle here. So remember, we have this height, that's 10 square root 3 minus 10. We have this length. So what's this angle? It's just tangent. Let's put in theta here. Tangent of theta is just equal to the opposite. 10 square root 3 minus 10 over the adjacent divided by 10. Again, just solve that in a calculator. Theta is the inverse, tan inverse of all this. I'll just write it all out again. Tens cancel in, but again, I don't care. The calculator, let the calculator do the work for you. So put all that into a calculator and you will get 36.2. Again, that's the three significant. Actually, yeah, we don't do angles to the three significant figures, do we? We do angles to one decimal place, which once it's less than 100 is still three significant figures. Okay, that's all for question 2. If you have any follow-up questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Thanks for watching and have a great day.